Minglava. It's Sophia here. Hey, how are you guys? I hope you have a nice day. Today I would like to talk about something. It's a model. It's a model about some people know this model as a competency model, and some people use this model like a ladder to talk about where you are at, whether it's in your, whatever it is that you do, either at your work or whether it's in studying. And some people use it like matrix form, but today I want to use it like a 4-quadrant format to talk about this model. So sometimes sometimes we don't know what we don't know. So that's a stage. That's the stage. It's almost like we are ignorant about ourselves and things and people around us. So when we are at this stage in learning, we might be in a place where we deny or maybe refuse to accept the existence of certain things around us because we ourselves don't know that we don't know. So that stage is quite ignorant, and if we don't go from that stage to the next stage, it's very difficult for us to move toward our goal. Right? So this stage is called unconscious incompetence. So we don't even know the things that we don't know. So that meaning we are not aware. We are not aware of certain things. The next stage is conscious incompetence, meaning you are aware of the things that you don't know. You are like, oh, okay, you become open-minded enough to accept the fact that there are certain things that you don't know. You are consciously aware of this. So you are at this stage. And then when you know that there are certain things that you don't know, then you can start moving forward to the next stage, which is conscious competence, meaning you are consciously aware of the things that you don't know. So you start practicing, and with practice you become good at it. So that's the stage where your skills become good, and you are also aware of what you can do. And from moving on to the next stage, we call that unconscious competence. So at this stage, you don't actually need to think of a skill set that you have just learned. It becomes automatic for you. So it's like, people usually say habit is the second nature. So that's the stage where you reach, and then you are you can unconsciously produce the things that you have consciously learned. So that's the stage. So people talk about these 4 stages, or maybe like steps, like a ladder. But there are some discussions and debate around the stage or the step beyond these 4 steps, right? They give different names because when you reach that particular stage, you can go meta. You can just look at how you learn, right? You learn how you learn. So that's the stage, the 5th stage. People give different names, and if I have a chance to give the name, I will call that expanded consciousness. So that's the stage, because our consciousness starts expanding, and we have mastered all these steps. So that's the stage where we become enlightened, and we become, our consciousness starts expanding, and it helps us with our creativity. So that's the 5th stage, if I have a chance to name that stage. So this is how human beings learn, right? So sometimes when we look at other people do certain things, we think it's easy because we don't know certain skill sets they have to bring to actually carry out the things that they are doing, right? I would like to give something as an example about using smartphones. So let's say if you are an Android user, when you look at people using like Apple products, even though the Apple users say, oh, it's so easy for an Android user, Android version is much easier because they are familiar with that Android version of handling the phone. So when you buy, let's say, an Apple product and you start operating and you find that, okay, this according to them it's so easy, but when I'm doing this, why am I having challenges? Then you are moving on to the next stage, that is conscious incompetence. You suddenly find out that, oh, there are certain things that I don't know. Even though it's easy for other people, for me it's not easy. So you are consciously aware of the things that you cannot do, and then you start playing around with the phone that you have, and then you move on to the next stage, which is going to be conscious competence. Now that you can consciously, you are aware of what you can do with the new phone, and you can even, start changing the functions of the phone, or maybe you become an expert at operating your own phone. So at that stage, you have mastered the skill. And so sometimes when you are very used to doing things, you don't need to think twice. And even though you are not looking at your phone, you can just touch or a touch of the screen that you can do certain things. So that stage is where you reach the unconscious competence. So what I want to say is that after that stage, there are certain people who think beyond what is supposed to be, right? So when you reach that stage, you can even start writing your own programs or create a new brand or certain things. That's where our creativity comes in, and our expanded consciousness comes into play, right? So that's what I would like to call the fifth stage, expanded consciousness. All right. So sometimes when we go to the training or when we learn different models from different people, what I would like to say is, don't just let yourself get locked up in the box, right? Sometimes you have to learn to think outside of the box. Okay, even though there are 4 stages, what if there is the 5th stage? What if there is the 6th stage? So start thinking beyond what you are told. So that's what I want to say. All right. So if we start accepting what other people tell us, or if we start using the models that other people have created, then sooner or later it's like our creativity, we will lose our creativity along the way. So in order to get our creativity back, we have to always think outside of the box. So I hope it helps. So I forgot to mention one thing. Where can we use this model, right? We can use this model when we start learning new things, or sometimes when you start working and you are in a new environment and you are meeting new people, and you kind of feel like alienated from certain people around you. So at that time, I want you to look at this model and start seeing, where am I at now? Am I at this stage, or am I at this stage? So if I am at this stage, then how can I reach this stage? So from stage 2 to stage 3, we need a lot of practice. So practice can help us achieve stage 3, and with continuous practice, we can reach stage 4. So that's how this model is designed. I hope it helps. And sometimes when you start having a new relationship with someone, and you kind of like, okay, I don't know this person is so different from me, and if these thoughts if you have these thoughts, I want you to start looking at this model and start thinking, okay, where am I with understanding the person that I'm in a relationship with? How can I move forward? Or how can I, if I want to move forward, reach like stage 3 or 4, what kind of questions can I ask, or how can I help myself understand that person, or can I just ask some questions? So you can be creative with this model. You can be creative with this model if you want. You can use it in learning, you can use it in relationships, you can use it in doing business, you can use it to train, like your employees or staff, or you can use it to train yourself. Okay, I hope it helps, and if you have further questions, you can comment. You can leave your comments below, and I'll get back to you. And if you are from Myanmar and if you are watching this English version of the thing that I'm talking about, that you really want to understand it in Myanmar, you can go to my page, Eureka Online Private Tutoring, where I go live talking about business development related stuff in Myanmar. I hope you have a good day, and thank you so much for watching me live, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.